Welcome back to the channel, Fight Fans. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about fights in the UFC lightweight division, Islam Makhachev vs. Arman Tsarukyan. This was a clash of two of the most promising fighters in the sport, and it showcased exactly why both men are considered future champions. In this video, we're going to break down every aspect of this fight, what made it so special, how the fighters matched up, and why it was a pivotal moment in both of their careers. So strap in, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Before we jump into the fight itself, let's set the stage. Islam Makhachev, a protege of the legendary Khabib Nurmagomedov, entered this fight with a reputation as one of the most dominant grapplers in the sport. His control on the mat is second to none, and he's been molded by years of training with Dagestan's finest. At this point, Makhachev had already racked up an impressive record, and many saw him as the next UFC lightweight champion in the making. On the other side, we had Arman Tsarukyan, a young, hungry fighter from Armenia, known for his well-rounded skills and relentless pace. Despite being relatively unknown to casual fans, those who followed the sport closely knew that Tsarukyan was a dangerous matchup for anyone. His grappling, striking, and athleticism made him a wild card. The UFC threw him into the deep end with this fight, pitting him against Makhachev, but Tsarukyan was more than ready to take on the challenge. Now, the lead-up to this fight was interesting. Makhachev was on his way to proving that he belonged among the lightweight elite, but Tsarukyan was no stepping stone. Despite being just 22 years old at the time, Arman was confident in his abilities and wasn't intimidated by Islam's reputation. Both fighters are known for their work ethic and dedication, so fans and analysts alike were buzzing about the potential of this matchup. What made this fight even more intriguing was the stylistic battle we were about to witness. Makhachev's suffocating grappling style versus Tsarukyan's scrambles and explosive transitions. Would Makhachev be able to impose his will as he had done in previous fights, or would Tsarukyan be the one to finally expose a weakness in his game? The fight lived up to all the hype and then some. From the opening bell, you could see the level of respect both fighters had for each other. Makhachev, as expected, was looking for the takedown early, trying to implement his game plan of controlling the fight on the ground. But Tsarukyan was not going to make it easy. His takedown defense was sharp, and his ability to scramble out of dangerous positions was nothing short of impressive. One of the most exciting aspects of this fight was the grappling exchanges. Normally, when Islam takes someone down, they stay down. But Tsarukyan's wrestling background allowed him to get back to his feet multiple times, and he even threatened Makhachev in some positions. The back-and-forth scrambles had the crowd on the edge of their seats. Two high-level grapplers going at it, making adjustments on the fly. It wasn't just about the grappling, though. Both fighters showed solid striking, with Tsarukyan landing some sharp kicks and Makhachev using his hands to set up his takedowns. The pace of this fight was relentless. You could see the mental and physical chess match unfolding in real time, with neither man giving an inch. But as the fight went on, Makhachev began to find more success with his control on the mat. His top pressure was suffocating, and he started to rack up control time. While Tsarukyan continued to scramble and stay active, Makhachev's experience and technique started to shine through. The fight became a test of cardio, mental fortitude, and who could execute their game plan more effectively. One of the standout moments came in the later rounds, when Makhachev secured a deep takedown and controlled Tsarukyan for an extended period. It was during this time that you could see the tide turning in Makhachev's favor. He wasn't just holding positions, he was landing strikes, advancing, and showing why he's considered one of the best grapplers in the world. After 3 hard-fought rounds, the judges scored the fight in favor of Islam Makhachev by unanimous decision. While Tsarukyan didn't get the win, he earned the respect of fans and fighters alike. This was not a fight where one man dominated the other. It was a war, and Tsarukyan had proven he could hang with the best of the best. For Makhachev, this victory solidified his place as a top contender in the lightweight division. He showed that even when faced with a young, hungry opponent, he could rise to the occasion and find a way to win. Tsarukyan, on the other hand, came out of this fight with his stock higher than ever. Despite the loss, he had pushed one of the division's elite to the brink, and many believed it was only a matter of time before he'd be back in title contention. So what's next for both fighters? For Islam Makhachev, we now know that he went on to become the UFC lightweight champion, fulfilling the prophecy that Khabib and many others saw in him. But Arman Tsarukyan's journey is far from over. Since this fight, he's continued to improve and grow as a fighter, picking up impressive wins and establishing himself as a future title challenger. It's crazy to think that this fight was just a glimpse of what's to come for both men. Imagine the possibility of a rematch down the road, both fighters more experienced, more polished, and with so much more on the line. If we ever see Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan too, you can bet it'll be one of the biggest fights in the lightweight division. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments. What did you think of the first Makhachev versus Tsarukyan fight? Do you think we'll see a rematch one day? And who do you think would come out on top? Until next time, keep watching those fights and stay tuned for more breakdowns of the best matchups in the UFC.